Okay, so this is my Project Runway CE 1125 PRW computerized sewing machine. It's a brother, but basically all the parts that's going to be on the sewing machine will be on any basic sewing machine that you can get from the store. So what I talk about here should look very familiar with your sewing machine, even if you don't have this particular model. All the parts should kind of basically be the same, even if it's not a brother. So let's get started. So let's start with power. Turn it over here. This is the plug where you would get the plug from, that would come with the sewing machine, and this is where you would plug it. It's usually on the side or in the back. Mine is on the side. This is actually the power switch. So if I switch it, cuts it on. This is the plug for the foot pedal, and again, it's usually either in the back or along the side, and that's your foot pedal, and that's what that looks like, and that would makes your sewing machine move. Let's see, this is the hand wheel, and this makes your needle go up and down like that. And you always want to turn the hand wheel toward you, never away from you, always toward you. And like I said in the introductory video, even though I didn't do it here, it's your sewing machine, so feel free to mark on it. So you can actually put a mark if you want to keep your, remind yourself, put an arrow, to, hey, always turn your wheel toward you. Let's see. This is the Spool Pen, and this is the one that you traditionally use, and you will put your thread here, and it comes with these little caps, and it's based on the size of your thread, which ones you can have. This is a medium, this is a larger one, and they have a smaller one. But usually if your thread looks like regular thread, so I don't know exactly what it called, and I still didn't find that out for you guys, I'm sorry, but it's just round directly around the thread case like here. If it's just round like this, it's best to have it standing up vertically instead of horizontal, so that's why that's like that. But if the thread kind of looks like that, where it's, almost like zigzag, 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 then that's best to put here, horizontally. But if it is your typical type of thread that you usually get from the store, it's best to have it placed horizontally. And this pin is usually not here, because this is actually for your bobbin, to wind your bobbin, but this is an extra spool pin that you can use, put it on top your bobbin to actually so you can house your thread horizontal. All right, and it just goes back on there like that. So that's that. This is your tension wheel, and you see I have it marked 3.5. It's actually best to have it either between 3 and 3.5. Mine is probably a little bit less than 3.5 now. That's probably 3.25. But I found that works best. These are your tension discs, and this is where your upper thread goes through. So it actually starts here, and we'll actually go further in detail into that, and goes through these tension discs, goes down here, goes around, goes back up, comes back down, hooks into this little notch right here, and then gets threaded into your needle. But we'll go further into that in a little bit. Let's see. let's turn, this is your bobbin cover, and this is the knob to release it. You just push it away, and it has, and everything, even the how to thread is actually numbered. I don't know if you can actually see. So that's 2, 3 is down there. I can't really see it, but that's 3. So it's actually numbered. So that'll help you. And this is a bobbin. And I'll get an empty one so you can see it. And that's what a empty bobbin would look like. And your bobbins do come in specific sizes. And for this machine, and most brothers, it's a size 12. But usually with your sewing machine, you'll get like 2 or 3 of them in your, you know, when you first buy it, they'll provide you with 2 or 3. But again, it's a size 12. You got to make sure to get the correct size, or it will come out weird. And so this is called a drop-in bobbin, because basically all you do is drop it in, and it kind of feeds itself. It gives you a little bit that you have to do, which going around here, but it's very simple, and it gives you directions. It gives you directions here how to drop it in. It even gives you directions on the other side how to drop it in. And that's just replacing the cover. It's easy. You just put it on, push it down, and that's it. And this is your throat plate right here. And if I lift up, and let's go here, since I'm gonna lift it up. This is your presser foot lever. So if you push it up once, it lifts your presser foot. You gotta kind of hold it up. It won't stay up, so you gotta hold it up, and it'll lift your presser foot up even more. So let me just hold it up so you kind of see these little teeth behind, underneath the presser foot. It's called feed dogs, and that's what moves your fabric automatically. So you don't have to, you know, use your hands and pressure fabric through. You use your hands basically as guides, but not to put pressure and to move your fabric through, because that's what those feed dogs do on their own. These little lines corresponds to your seam allowance, and we'll get more into that a little bit later. But you can have a 1/4 inch, you can have 1/2 inch, 5/8, 1 inch, 2 inch. It goes all the way up. Based on the project that you're doing. Your presser foot comes here, and what's good about these machines is called snap pressure foot, because if you see if I can get it, let's see, can't get it. Let me turn it. It's not allowing me to do it. Let me see if I can get it from this angle. There we go. Can I get it from this angle? Let me move it out a little bit more. Okay, on the side, you see this black? It's a black knob. Go from behind, right here in the back of your presser foot. And if you just press it, your presser foot will come off. Okay, and that's how you change your presser feet. And while we're on presser feet, this is your universal. Basically, really, what it is a zigzag. It's a zigzag foot because of the opening. Let me see if I can get better. Because of the opening here, zigzag goes from side to side, and so that allows the needle to go side to side without hitting the presser foot. But this is the standard foot that comes with your machine. So we call it AKA universal presser foot, because that's what kind of comes with your machine. Also, the 2 other ones that you would use the most, and this is called your zipper foot. That should come with your machine as well. And it looks like that, and that's for inserting zippers. And although it doesn't come with your machine, it's very good to have. Some machines do come with it, most don't. You have to buy it separately. This is called a walking foot, and it's good for sewing knits. So because your feed dogs here only kind of does the bottom layer of fabric very well. This one helps with the top layer, so it all moves at the same time. So your seam, which we will go over that in a little bit, will lay flat, versus if you just used, and you can just, you know, without the walking foot, sometimes your seams are a little wavy for knits, because knits are so stretchy. And I think that's it. Wait, what? No, let's do this. Let's turn it on. Oh, and the way you put your foot back on is you kind of line it with this part here. It's almost like the foot, and it's going to grab on. It's going to grab on to, oops, it's not moving, to the little bar right there. So you just kind of line it up. You put your lever down, and it just snaps back, and that's why it's called snap. So I'll stop it and then I'll pick back up.